Bow bow banger management fantasy hockey podcast. Woo!
Woo! Woo! I'm liking the new year, new Kevin simple woos.
Simple woo, simple Jack.
You never go full simple Jack.
I don't think we can say what Simple Jack is known for on the podcast.
No.
But if you haven't seen
Cannot.
Tropic Thunder, go see Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, it's quite the movie. Welcome in, everyone, to Banger Management, the fantasy hockey podcast with Jake, Josh, and Kevin.
Woo!
How y'all doing?
Simple woo, Kevin.
Simple woo, Kevin.
I'm tired this morning, but I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually having the worst fantasy hockey week I think I've ever had in my life. So, but I'm keeping it positive for the fans. You know, the rage texting just happens behind the scene in our group chat.
It's been nothing but meltdown after meltdown after meltdown.
You guys have seen what my opponent's doing this week. It's insane.
I think he's keeping it together pretty well.
Thank you.
I think this is happening exactly to me with the same opponent like 3 weeks ago.
It did. It was like foreshadowing. Every time that like something crazy happens to you, your Kevin's schedule is 2 weeks ahead of mine. So it's kind of like I'm like, oh god, like that's probably still gonna be happening 2 weeks later, and so I could see like my future through whatever's happening to Kevin.
Like I think Michael Backlund started becoming a point per game versus me, and then he kept it up all the way like for 3 weeks until he played you, and then he'll probably go back to getting 0.
And now he's a 2 point per game player against me, and then he's gonna immediately become zeros after that. It's a good time. I'm keeping it positive for the fans.
I was thinking of something crazy, but also Stamkos. I think he's doing all his damage against both of us. So
yeah,
that's lovely.
Yeah, it's great. We're having a good time.
Yikes. I'm good. Thanks for asking. Okay, so today, our week 14 waivers episode. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast. We are there. Subscribe, the subscribe button on YouTube, and give this video a like if you enjoy it. Also, all of the socials are in the podcast description, and be sure to join the Discord. I love it there. You guys love it there. We're answering questions all the time.
Yeah, even 2 in the morning.
Kevin last night. Very late.
Is there ever a better time to answer the listeners' questions than 2:22 a.m. in the morning?
No, there's
we
not.
can't promise it's going to be all the time, but when like the possibility of it happening is enough to make you intrigued.
One of us will be awake. One of us
won't be me.
Ready.
All right.
Yes, I'm currently on like 4 hours of sleep, but I'm pushing
nice.
through.
You got this.
Quick, send Kevin some trade offers while he's sleep deprived.
Matthews for celebrity, yes.
I'm still, you know what? Don't poke the bear.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm the bear, Josh is the bear in this one, but
I
yeah, the
cannot afford to be
Zetterlund trade
poked
is
this
looking
week.
pretty fun.
I love that you guys have to call the Zetterlund trade.
It is the Zetterlund
Wait for a week
trade.
where I'm not getting like completely demolished, and then we could talk about it.
Zetterlund down 3 roster percentage points.
I remember in NHL 2002, they had this like epic like beginning to each game that you'd play, and then like I remember Craig Rivet, who was like a goon on the Habs for those who don't remember him or are too young to remember, and he had like a face like if you're not on YouTube, well, I guess you won't be able to see
also
it,
had
like
a face, yes.
And then like he had like a really angry looking face, and I'm like, that was Zetterlund's face when he scored yesterday. So I was like, oof,
he's channeling his inner Rivet.
Throwing it back. So thanks, Fabian. Keep up the good work. Let's get into our week 13 top waiver choices. Josh,
Let's
take it
do
away.
it, because this was a very good week for us. Starting us off is a guy who I think he's been top of our list for the past month maybe, and I don't want to spoil it, but he's probably going to be there again this week. We've got Ryan O'Reilly. Last week, 4 games played, 0 goals, 3 assists, 3 points, a big W. I don't understand. I know he's pure C, and I know he's on Nashville, but with what he's been doing for over a month at this point, this is a no-brainer, so big win for us. Then we had Mason Marchment. Since the trade, he's been a point per game, over a point per game actually, but in the last week, 3 games played, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points, another big W. And then we have Ryan Leonard, 4 games played, 0 goals, 2 assists, 2 points, 1 on the power play. I'm counting that as W. First of all, it's multi-points, even though it's not as explosive as we'd hoped. and he's maintained his power play 1 spot. So for those reasons, I think it's still a W. So overall, that brings us to 24-9 on the season. A big 3W week for us. Let's keep the momentum going with week 14. So let's dive in to week 14 here. 2-game teams, there's only one. It's Tampa Bay Lightning. 4-game teams, there's a bunch, so I'm not going to list all of them. Classic busy nights, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And you've got 2 off-night game teams, 2-game off-night teams. I don't know. Whatever.
That's a tongue twister.
Yes.
And those are
night 2 teams.
Yeah, exactly. I said all the right words. I know it's the wrong order, but anyways, Calgary, Chicago, LA, Ottawa, San Jose, St. Louis, Utah, Washington. So those are all good teams to prioritize if you need the off nights. But let's dive in to the meat of the episode, what everyone's here for, our top 10 points guys for week 14. This is a pretty dope list because all 10 guys on this list have 4-game weeks. So not only are we recommending good guys, but they also all have great schedules. So this is going to be a good one. So let's jump in with
number 10.
Nice.
At number 10, we have the aforementioned Ryan Leonard of the Washington Capitals. He's currently on line 3, power play 1, and he's got a 4-game week. We still think he has a lot of potential, and the fact that he's sticking on power play 1 is just very promising.
I love this. I think he's great. And one thing that he's been disappointed with lately is the shots hits combo. That's something that he could definitely, get back into. He is coming back from injury in the somewhat recent past also. So, as a young player still trying to figure out your way in the league, like that stuff may come in waves, but yeah, I mean, he's only been back 5 games at the time of this recording, and compared to what he was doing with the shots hits beforehand, I think that we're going to get back to that. And if he could keep the points, the power play deployment, I really like it. I don't want to get off topic with this. I just want to say one guy who I picked up who's on Washington also. I think this is digging way deeper. I prefer Ryan Leonard. Let me make it very clear, and I'm about to get roasted by both of you, but Justin Sordiff, what a guy. Exposure to Tom Wilson. Anyone with exposure to Tom Wilson is sick. So yeah, just want people to have him on their radar. If you're in a really
honestly,
deep league and Leonard is not available.
I'm not roasting you for that. He was on my watch list for a while, mainly as a guy who gets face-off wins from the winger position. But he was, he was line 1 for a bit, line 2. The big thing is he doesn't seem to be getting power play 1, so I think you have to temper your expectations with him. But if he's on a streak,
that's why I'm
and you
totally
need those
on the
face-off
Leonard
wins,
train.
Yeah, but I don't hate it.
Yeah,
but definitely, wasn't enough to crack the top 10. But he's worth mentioning.
Maybe someday.
I thought this was about to be an Aliaxi Protus segment.
No,
wait for somebody else on Washington.
Wait for buy low, sell high for that discussion.
Yeah.
We can't talk about Protus because he's owning 71% of leagues, Kevin. So
you're right, my bad. How many leagues are you playing, Jakey?
71% of them.
I admit exactly 71% of Yahoo leagues.
All right, let's go to
number 9.
At number 9, we have a name that may be a bit surprising, but it's Brandt Clarke of the LA Kings. He has a 4-game week this week and next week. The reason I'm highlighting him is because I think that he's about to pop off. He hasn't popped off yet, but I think we all agree, and we've spoken about in the past, that if Brandt Clarke gets power play 1, we think he's a huge breakout candidate and could do really great things with it because he's a fantastic player. Then last week, the genius coach, and by genius, big quotations, please fire him, he said, I am going to split up the 2 power play units, and we don't have a power play 1 anymore. It's whoever's going to score goals is going to be our power play 1 and get more ice time. Lo and behold, the power play unit with Brandt Clarke on it has 3 goals in the past 3 games. This is for an LA Kings team that is worst in the league in power play. So 3 goals in 3 games for them on the power play is a big deal. Now, Brandt Clarke only factored in on 1 of those 3 goals, but the fact is, by his unit doing this, they're cementing themselves as power play 1. He's still shown on daily faceoff as power play 2. So a lot of people might not realize that he's actually the power play 1 quarterback for the Kings right now. I think there's huge potential here. I picked him up in our league, and he's got nice shots and blocks. So even if he doesn't get points for you, he's not getting you zeros. I think this is a big potential pickup.
Yeah, and what's nice about him as well is that they have 4 games this week, 4 games next week as well. So you can hold him for this 2-week segment where you're hoping that he does pop off. I will say temper your expectations. It's not like the Kings power play is anything to write home about either. They're 31st in the league right now in power play. So,
but that could be because it could be because they weren't putting Clarke there.
I mean, I held Clarke too for a little bit. Josh picked him up right after I dropped him to be able to say he's about to pop off soon. So listen, there's a part of me that's hoping that he doesn't pop off. But if everybody in the bank gang picks him up, then I'll have to root for you guys. So
Yeah, I feel like he's been around a lot longer than he actually has been. Technically, he's played in the NHL over the past 4 seasons, but the first year was 9 games, the second year was 16, and then last year he had his first legit year at 78. This year he's, on track to play almost every game. He was an elite prospect. He was kind of like touted as the next big thing post Makar because he was drafted in 2021. And yes, this is me citing junior stats, but guys, this guy had 2 points per game in the OHL as a defenseman. That's like what the Bouchards of the world do, or the Makars of the world do. Now, LA, I just think is kind of a boring team insofar as they're not super offensive. That being said, if you draft a guy this high, if the numbers are there as they have been, especially as of late, like they're going to keep giving him opportunities. And with the minutes, there's going to be production. Plus the shots blocks, like you said, it's really nice to have as a floor.
Yeah, I mean, his last game was like 4 shots, 5 blocks. So even though he didn't get any points, I was super happy to have him. So as long as he does that, you can afford to hold him for until he does pop off points wise.
Yeah.
And the game before that, he had 0 shots, 1 block. So like you get both ends of the spectrum. You can get the high season, you can get the low floor. So you know what you're getting yourself into. But for a defenseman and this guy that's going to have power play 1 exposure, like you take a chance on those, and if they don't work out, it's a low risk move anyways.
Yeah, this is just like, this is an interesting one I added because normally we don't really like talk about guys who are at the start of their pop off, but so that people could pick them up. But like this is like, it hasn't happened yet. I just feel pretty strongly that it's going to happen. So I threw him on the list because he also has a great schedule this week and next week. But yeah, you have to temper your expectations for sure.
Yep.
All right, let's go to
number 8.
At number 8, we have Elias Lindholm of the Boston Bruins, line 1, power play 1, 4-game week. I'm just going to say everyone on our list has a 4-game week this week, so I'm not going to keep saying it. But yeah, Lindholm was on a bit of a cold stretch.
Keep saying it.
Okay, I'll keep saying it. Lindholm's been on a bit of a cold stretch with pointless 4 games in a row, but then he got a goal and assist last game. He still has that elite deployment on a team that somehow has a really good power play. So I will keep adding him. I mean, he's lower on the list because of that cold stretch, but with a 4-game week, he's still an easy pickup.
Yeah, I mean, there is no other line 1 center on Boston. Marat, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
When you said the first name, I was like, oh, he's about to do it.
Yeah, no, Josh is the only one who's been able to spelling me these players. Yeah, him. They don't work out. Minton I actually like, but he's never going to get that line 1, it seems. And then Zaka is just all over the place. Yeah, so Lindholm is the guy this year. Anyone with exposure to, I was going to say Pasternak, but it seems like Geeky is currently the line 1 right wing there. Yeah, but power play 1, line 1, he will get the minutes. And even though I don't think the Bruins are going to make the playoffs, I don't think they're very good, they still have a winning record and are, pretty much 1 or 2 wins away from being in the playoff picture in the Atlantic, which is really tight. So all these teams are going to go all out every game, and Lindholm could be a beneficiary there.
I mean, Lindholm has been on this list multiple weeks now, and it feels like it's just line 1 center, so he's playing the big minutes. He's exposed to top goal scorers in the league like Geeky and Pasternak. And when there's a guy available like that on a 4-game week, like they're going to be a tantalizing option, and that's what we have here. And my voice cracks, so that's also
love that.
Hey guys,
so that's a tantalizing
option. Welcome to Maker Management. Sorry,
that reminds me of when I was about 18. I was working at this moving company called 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I don't know if you guys know it, as a summer job, and I was like by far the youngest person on the team. And so I was like 18. I was working with like 30, 40-year-old guys who are like all like, real, strong guys who have to pretty much, like I'm just like this little,
I was just a little boy and they were
I was like a wiry little skinny 18-year-old, like working at GOT-JUNK in the summer, and they I was off on a job or whatever, and they tried calling me, and so I didn't answer, so I went to voicemail, and I didn't realize that I still had the same voicemail that I set when I got my first phone in 6th grade, and it was like Joshua Wallman. And so I get back to the warehouse at the end of the day, and they're all sitting around, and I like walk in and they all just go, Joshua Wallman. And I'm just like, what are you guys talking about? And then they play it. They like call me and they'd be like, don't answer. You know, and they play it for me and they're all like dying of laughter. And so, so that's like Kevin right now.
I remember that voicemail.
It's so sad. When I got a new phone, it got lost, which sucks. But that was my voicemail for deep into university. So
Actually, I don't think I set up my voicemail until like a year ago when people were just like, dude, we need to be able to like leave you messages sometimes. I was like, all right, I'll set it up.
Kevin's voicemail is popping off, okay? This guy is way too popular. 2 a.m, he's answering calls.
Leave you messages.
It's like, hey man, Dostal had a horrible game, hey?
Kevin set up like a phone line for like the Discord.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, apparently this is like a generational divide. People who go like this are older, and people who go like this now are like the younger generation.
This is a phone.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know.
Okay, if you're not watching on YouTube, go watch a YouTube video because we need to settle this debate. This is a phone.
Yeah.
I'm doing a hand gesture that you can only see on YouTube.
You guys are showing your age. This is for me, you know.
Joshua Owen.
This is Josh. This is Josh.
All right, we should move on to the next one.
Yeah. All right.
At number 7.
At number 7.
I was contemplating. I did not.
We've got Blake Coleman of the Calgary Flames currently on my opponent's team this week, so you know he's popping off. He is line 3 power play 2, which is not a deployment we usually recommend, but he's got 4 games and his shot hits have been unreal. That's something that I expect to last, and then his points have also been there. So this is the type of thing where you ride the point streak while it lasts. It's not going to be sustainable, but since he has that floor of the back catch, you're going to be happy picking him up regardless.
I love when a guy is like too good at points to like only be in the shots hits in the hit section, in the banger section. You know what I mean? Like he's really good at shots and hits and easily could have been on that list, but it's like, you know what, the points are there, let's add him here. So that's always a great sign for a good pickup.
And I feel like Coleman is just one of those names. He always rounds out like the back end of your roster every year. Like I feel like it's been the last 3-4 years that he's the guy to keep an eye on because he's like center and left wing, right wing, and he's a double-double. His point's not always there. Kind of depends where his deployment is on that given week or year. And this year, I feel like he's lower in the lineup than I would expect it, to be honest, given this Calgary team. But right now, he's on a hot streak. And when he's on a hot streak with these bangs, you pick him up and you ride that streak. It is banger management after all.
Yeah. Banger.
And funny enough, speaking about banging, though.
Oh, God.
Jakey and I. Oh, what? Jake, as everybody knows, Josh lives separate from Jake and I. He used to live with us, but then he moved away because he hated us.
Not with us. Wait, first of all, back up.
So Jake and Kevin live in an apartment.
Speaking of banging was weird. Then speaking of banging, Jakey and I got even weirder. Speaking of banging, Jakey and I lived together, but Josh moved away. It
was because of all the banging.
This is gonna have a way more wholesome ending than whatever you guys think this is going. But wow,
I can't wait to see where this is going.
Couldn't handle the bang. He couldn't handle it, so he had to move away. But Jake and I went to a rage room yesterday.
Yeah,
together, and we banged on some stuff. And honestly, seeing Jakey with that rage in his eye, now I see why he's part of banger management.
That was a crazy journey to get there. That was nuts. I had no idea what you were
mean. That was the most linear line I could have taken.
Speaking of banging, me and Jakey live together, so.
And Josh doesn't live with us anymore.
So Jakey's just like at the rage room being like, Austin Matthews better keep turning it around.
Why is a Protus on my team? Throws that plate at the wall.
That was really the one that hit the most.
I hope everybody else is listening is also laughing and it's not just us.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Wow.
All right.
What a sequence. Okay.
Yeah.
At
Number 6.
Perfect voice because he's on my team. He's my boy, Jordan Eberle of the Seattle Kraken. Line 1, power play 1, 4-game week this week and 4-game week next week and 4-game week the week after that, I think, or was it this week? I think there's a stream of 3 4-game weeks in a row coming up for Seattle. So that's very interesting if you want a 3-game week pickup, 3-week pickup. And my words are all over the place today.
3-week game pickup.
3 4-game week pickups. There you go. Okay. Sorry, everyone. I'm
and yes,
really.
It's week 14, 15, and 16. All four.
Yes,
four,
exactly.
All 4-game weeks.
You see, it's hard. It's not easy. Oh
it
my
is
god,
kind of hard. It's a little tongue twister.
Yeah, exactly. I'm all over the place. But anyways, Eberle is someone who's been on and off this list since the start of the season. It feels like he's maintained this elite deployment, elite ice time, but Seattle sucks. So that's always been the caveat. But lately, Seattle's been good. So boat goes up. Eberle's the captain of the boat, so Eberle goes up. It's pretty simple math there. But no, he's actually been doing really well lately. Over the past month, he's at like 0.85 points per game, 0.4 power play points per game, gets over 2 shots. He can throw in a hit here and there. Like he's been blocking like exactly 1 block a game for the past like 8 games. So he's been really good for my team, and I think I definitely recommend him as a pickup.
Hey, last time I had a Eberle kind of player on my team, I flipped him for Pavel Dorofeyev. So
yeah,
listen,
that was a Kyle
you get
Palmieri
the extra upside of he's been producing. He can produce. He will produce. He's got 4 games the next 3 weeks. Maybe you can flip him for Pavel Dorofeyev as well.
You down?
no, that's a joke to Josh because I have Pavel Dorofeyev now. But Eberle has been consistent the whole season. His deployment has been steady the whole season. He's the type of guy that it's not a flashy name, but you can pick him up and he can deliver for your fantasy team. And I love guys like that because I feel like nobody else values them as much as I do. And I'm happy that they're always on waivers for me to pick up and have on my roster. And this is one of those opportunities that you can do the same thing.
Yeah. It's also apparently impossible for him to not get a block.
You saw that, right? Like, I was just looking at it today.
Like, what is this?
It's exactly one block a game for like
Collins
2
were
weeks.
off. Yeah, it's just like 9 straight games of just 1 block, just like to like as a cherry on top. But yeah, I mean, this is just really, really good. I didn't even realize that he was on this level. I mean, it's amazing to see, and it's coincided with Seattle being a really solid team as of late. I like it a lot. It's time to make like Davy Jones release the Kraken and pick up Jordan Eberle, you know?
But you know what I do want to highlight though, since we are talking about the Kraken, Jared McCann, who I feel like you could potentially assume would be on this list, he's 28% owned, and we're talking about Eberle over McCann. Like McCann, he's been back from injury, been 4 games. I think he's played over 14 minutes a night like once. So it's just one of those situations that I don't really know what they're doing with their lines right now. And like McCann should arguably be their best player, talent-wise, when everybody's healthy. So I just want to throw a little tidbit in there because I think McCann is also widely available. And no, we did not forget him. Eberle, I think, is just a better stream right now.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy because
David Jones would like McCann.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's crazy because I feel like he's been we were kind of talking about him for a while, you know, on the news episodes with him getting injured and then coming back, and I think they're still probably just easing him in. Like if he can manage to stay healthy for like 2 weeks, then maybe they'll start upping his minutes. But at the same time, if things are working, then they're not going to shake things up too much. So definitely Eberle over McCann right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if season long you prefer having McCann. Okay, let's go to
number 5.
At number 5, we have someone who a lot of these guys, you know, they hop on and off of this list over the course of the year, and that's just streamers for you. That's how it works with waivers and these low-owned guys. But we've got Luke Evangelista of the Nashville Predators, currently line 2, power play 1, 4-game week, and he's been on fire along with the rest of those, you know, power play 1 guys on Nashville. Nashville's showing some offense. Look, none of us believe that it's going to sustain rest of the season, but this is the exact type of player that you want to pick up for a stream and hold on to as long as the streak runs.
Yeah, he's a decent player, and if Nashville is going to produce, it's similar to the Boston Bruins. Like they're a bad team with a few offensively talented players, and it's those guys that are gonna you know get the points. So right now on the season, he's at 30 points in 39 games, which is quite decent actually, as an overall picture, and I mean, I think they're exactly what you said. Gonna be bad, but it's not the worst thing to have a good player on a bad team, because bad teams are still NHL teams and they score. So
sometimes.
So yeah, he's not like atop this Nashville list of guys I would want on my team, but he's still. It seems like his power play 1 deployment is pretty safe.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a caveat of Marchment being injured, so we'll see what happens. I mean, honestly, with Marchment, I really think they're just holding him out for a trade because he's been day to day for about like 2 weeks at this point. So it just seems
he's gonna
kinda
get traded to the
sketchy.
Habs.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
but yeah, so like there is a caveat that there's a chance that Marchment comes back and then bumps him off power play 1, but I think it's pretty unlikely at this point.
Mhm.
You guys want to know what
Yep.
I think of whenever I see his name? I think of like
Evangelical.
I think of like that song where it's like, I love it when you call me Evangelista. You know that
What?
song? You don't know
I
that
know
song?
that song, but wait, but what did they say besides Evangelista?
Usually they say senorita.
Senorita.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Every time I see his name, that pops into my head.
This is like the new and updated version of I want to bang 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 with a Mario.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just
For
how my
those who
brain
don't know,
works.
that's for a Mario. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
So anyways, I hope you guys could think that every time you see his name now.
Well, now I
I-
can't not. So
I certainly will. All right, let's go to the next one.
all right, number 4.
At number 4, call Davy Jones because it's time to
Release the Kraken.
we've got
Whoa.
Cool. It's come a
We've got-
long way from Josh.
I mean,
Josh.
It's Josh.
Actually.
He does a scary face too when he does it, guys. You should really watch that on YouTube.
Yeah, honestly.
We've got
Wow.
Eeli Tolvanen of the Seattle Kraken again, line 2 power play 1, again with the 4-game week coming up for the next 3 weeks, and he's been on fire. The points have slowed down, but this is another one of those Blake Colemans where it's like his banger cats have been so elite that even without the points, you're still happy, but there's the points upside as well. So that's why he's ranked higher than Eberle. I would expect Eberle to get more points, but Tolvanen is going to get way better back cats, so I'd rather take Tolvanen over Eberle if I want a more well-rounded stream.
Why did he get 5 blocks 2 games ago?
He's crazy.
It's crazy stuff. Like, he had a game of 1 shot, 5 hits, 5 blocks. And then before that, 6 shots, 2 hits, 3 blocks. Like
It's
this
nuts.
is like, if you get this out of a defenseman, you're the happiest guy in the world. Yet
Yes.
from a forward with the potential offensive production, it's insane.
And
Wow.
like we mentioned before, do not forget, Seattle's got 4 games this week, 4 games the next week, 4 games the week after that. So this could be a long-term guy that, with the banger capabilities that he has, hits and blocks somehow, they can really provide some good value for your fantasy team. I love Tolvanen. He's one of my favorite players that I feel like he's always like top of the watch list when he's not on my roster, because I'm like, the bangs are so good. If only the points were there. And then the points start
Yeah.
being there at some point. You're like, okay, finally on your roster, and then you're happy with it. And right now is one of those opportunities that the points are there. So the deployment is good. The minutes are good, which means the bangs get better. It's just all a great circle that makes you want to own this guy. So
Yeah, the
Yep.
circle of bangs.
speaking of circle of bangs, Jakey and I now. All right, at number 3.
At number 3, this is a really interesting one. We've got Igor Chernyshov of the San Jose Sharks, line 1 power play 2. It's very rare that someone not on power play 1 would make it in our top 3. But what he's been doing, just you can't ignore it. 4-game week this week. It is a 2-game week the week after that. So there's a chance you might drop him after the week, depending on if you can keep it up or not. But he's playing line 1 with Macklin Celebrini, the best player in the NHL, and definitely way better than Matthews. And and he's just been going nuts. And there's like a fun fact from San Jose fans that they keep bringing up in every post about Chernyshov popping off, how he's over a point per game since entering the NHL about 2 weeks ago. He's played like 10 games. And apparently the only reason he dropped to the second round and was drafted by San Jose that late is because before, like, I don't know if it was like a combine or like something, whatever, he showed up late because he was out and got sunburned by the sun.
Oh.
And then because of the sunburn, he was
I
like,
hope.
yeah, because of that sunburn, he was like, I don't know why that made him late, but he was late. And then people were like, oh, like, GMs were like, oh, maybe he's like irresponsible or whatever, stuff like that. So they stayed away. So he dropped to the second round. So every time there's a post about Chernyshov, all the San Jose fans are like, thank you to the Sun, like for letting us get him in the second round.
To the Sun God.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a fun little tidbit.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at his stats. He's been nuts.
Funny. He has been.
And we've been getting questions in the Discord about people asking like, hey, like, is this real? Like, what are we doing here? Because if you're not in a deep league, you most definitely have a lot of better options than Chernyshov on your waivers, right? But he's producing better than a lot of those guys right now. So you're like, okay, like this guy is way less owned, way less of a bigger name, but he's producing better. Like, is this real? And my instinct is, as long as he's not PP1, the 5-on-5 production will regress at some point. Like, yes, Celebrini is amazing. Celebrini, feel like every game he gets 3 points, but that's not sustainable. And I think at some point, either he will get the look on power play 1 and his floor will become safer. And I do think that's honestly a viable option in the near future because he's been playing so well. But until that happens, I feel like this is just a ride it while it's hot. And then when he slows down, you either cut bait or listen, you hold out for that power play 1 and you see where that goes. But that's kind of like my take on him as a player. I've already answered people in the Discord being like, that's kind of how I feel. So just for everybody else that's not in the Discord yet, that's how I feel. And I don't know if you guys feel differently, but right now, like what he's doing on the ice is very impressive. And I feel like it's kind of like a similar situation to guys we've talked in the past. Don't want to give a spoiler to the next guy, but it's just like when they do so well at 5v5 and the power play 1 doesn't have like 5 guys that are like super cemented, you always feel like that guy's inevitably going to get a chance on that unit as well. So
yeah, no, that's a great way of putting it.
Could be a great second half of the season hold.
Yeah, I don't think Wenberg is like some like for sure guy there.
It's just for the face-off wins.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, Eklund, Celebrini, like these are super important guys for their future, but I wouldn't be surprised if sooner than later they're just like, you know what, let's just try 5 forwards. Orlov, I mean, he's there because Klingberg's out, and there's no like legit defenseman. If Chernyshov goes there, it really, really ups his floor, like Kevin said. Usually you would think it's a ceiling, but I feel like he's kind of already playing at his ceiling, yet his floor is basically zeros.
Yeah.
So it's encouraging to see that, like, in the AHL before he got called up, he was doing really well too. He was almost a point per game. You do kind of have to quote that though, because that's from this year, you know.
Yeah,
that's it. But that's from this year, and he was playing well. So yeah, I mean, you know, Will Smith is going to come back. It's going to give more balance to the lineup also, which may take away from Chernyshov's power play 1 chances, but may also make him better, you know, even strength. So I don't know. It's kind of weird, honestly, but I like it. I mean, for now, especially, I would definitely want to pick him up. The 4 games next week, like you could do worse.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Will Smith is something I was going to mention as well. He's still week to week, so it's not like an immediate thing. But what I'm seeing is people suspect that line 1 will be Celebrini, Smith, and Chernyshov when he comes back. So like you said, 5v5, that should be a big, like great for him. But power play 1 just feels like hard to crack if it's, assuming they keep 1 defenseman, right? That leaves 4 guys. You've got Celebrini, Smith, and Eklund feel kind of like locks. And then they just really like Wenberg for the face-off wins. So it's hard to see Chernyshov, like a rookie, you know, like breaking into that. But if he keeps playing like this, then it's definitely possible. Like it's not one of those like iron set power play ones like we've like Kevin mentioned.
I do want to say, and like I've been following the Sharks pretty closely this year because I have Askarov on my team and I have Eklund on my team. And Celebrini and Eklund have been the 2 guys that have been on PP1 the whole season. Like even Smith before the injury, he was on PP2 for stretches of time as well. So I'm not saying like it's a given that he should be on power play 1. I don't know why he was on PP2, but he was. Wenberg wasn't always there. Toffoli was a drop earlier in the season as well.
Yeah.
With terrible deployment, he was like line 3, line 4, power play 2 at certain points. So all those guys have had stretches where they were like not on the main unit, except Celebrini and Eklund. So I think there's still like 2 other spots there that are very viable for Chernyshov to get a crack at it. And if he gets a crack at it before Will Smith comes back, I think that's like the golden ticket because he can cement his roster spot before Smith comes back, and then maybe he's safe for when Smith comes back. I don't want to keep saying when Smith comes back, but alas, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to
Number 2.
And number 2, we have one of our top guys from last week. He did us so well that we're like, let's run it back. Mason Marchment of the Columbus Blue Jackets, currently line 1, power play 1, 4-game week, over a point per game since the trade. Look, we've seen him be great in the past. We mentioned this last week when we recommended him, but he's always been solid for bangers, shots, hits, pims. And then with this kind of deployment and this change of scenery, it's clearly working well for him. So this is a really easy stream on a 4-game week.
He's almost a must pick up right now for me. With the deployment, and I think Columbus is hitting their stride. I want exposure to guys that have this kind of deployment on this kind of team. So
yeah, I mean, especially now with Werenski back, it's just going to give a whole boost to everybody involved there. And like he was doing well without that boost, and now with power play 1, it's just a really, really solid choice. I mean, his pace recently is tough to keep up, but he'll still get you the shots and like a few hits here and there. I think it's a really the ceiling is, I don't think, what Chernyshov necessarily has, but it's a much safer bet. And honestly, it's a similar ceiling. Like he's really, really good, and for bangers leagues, I love it. Even points leagues, it's just the minutes are also super great.
Yeah.
So all things are good for Marchment.
Yeah.
I feel like we should just get right into number 1 right after.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Number 1.
At number 1, we have Ryan O'Reilly of the Nashville Predators, line 1, power play 1, 4-game week, over a point per game for the past month. I mean, like, I'm saying all this stuff because we've said it probably every week for the past 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I don't know how many times we have to tell people to pick up O'Reilly before he goes over 40%. Like he just keeps putting up points. It's nuts. But we'll take it, right? It's free wins for us on our win column, So like, just keep him under 40%. We'll just keep recommending him. But
he's
but
like 2% more owned, and he's at 38% now. So maybe next week is the week.
This might be the last week that we could recommend him. You know what? As fun as it is to get these free wins, it is nice to change up the name. So hopefully he gets over 40%, and we could have some new guys to talk about next week.
In a non-face-offs league, we're still sticking with this over Marchment, eh? Like he's like undisputed number 1 for you guys.
The points is just I think he's gonna get more points than Marchment.
I feel like it's just been a month that we've been saying he's averaging over a point per game for a month. So
yeah,
it's pretty crazy that we're talking about this, and he's a Nashville player, and everybody at this point knows how we feel about Nashville. So, yep. But
yeah,
if the stats are there, the stats are there.
The small one thing I guess I'll add here, because I wasn't on the last episode. In the month of December, he did not have a single game with over 2 points. That means it's consistent production, which is great. It's like every game, like almost he's getting a point or 2, and I love to see that.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. As opposed to like
Bonjour, Taya. Oh my god, she actually waved. That's crazy.
I think she was just trying to put her hand in my face, but we'll call it.
No, that was a wave.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with wave.
She knows. But yeah, no, definitely. As opposed to like, it's easy when you look at like the averages to be like, oh, point per game, But sometimes it's a guy who had like a random like 5-point game and then just zeros for like 2 weeks. So it's I definitely prefer, like Jakey said, having just those constant 1s and 2s for every game as opposed to just one big game, because it's easier to predict that it's going to keep up. So that's a great point. But let's dive into our top 5 bangers with a capital B for this week. Again, all 4-game weeks. This is just a great. Whoever compiled this list did a great job. And let's. So let's dive right in with
number 5.
At number 5, we have Mark Kastlick of the Boston Bruins. He has a 4-game week, averaging 1.4 shots, 2.7 hits, almost a block, and a bunch of penalty minutes if your league counts that. He's getting you face-off wins from a winger position. This is a guy who's bumped on and off of this list over the past couple of weeks. But pretty much any week he has a 4-game week, he's kind of worth mentioning in the bangers.
Yeah, he'll get you that production. There's not much more to say.
Yeah, there's not always something. There's always too much to say. I mean, another fun thing about him is Boston has a 4-4-4 in the playoffs. So this is the exact type of banger you want, right? A guy who's going to fill the Cats and get you all those extra games played in the playoffs. So I definitely like this as a pickup that you could just hold on to for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
I also like
super
when
reliable.
we pick up bangers on like teams that are known for being like banger teams. Because it just makes me feel like I'm about to get even better, like something even better, you know, like the
Yeah.
Bostons, the Nashvilles. It just feels like they always have like goons on their roster that are just good at bangs, and Cass like definitely bangs.
Yeah. Speaking of
Yes.
Speaking
banging,
of
me and
bangs.
Jakey. Okay, let's go to
Number 4.
at number 4. We have the king of this list. He is never not on it, especially on a 4-game week. We've got Radko Gudas of the Anaheim Ducks. He recently missed 2 games due to illness, but he's back. He's averaging 1.3 shots, 3.5 hits, 1.8 blocks, 4-game week. And I mean, the last 2 games, he's decided, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from hitting and just become a puck eating machine. So he's blocked 6 shots
Yeah.
in both of his last 2 games. That's kind of what's great about him is like, he's going to get you elite blocks or elite hits or both. But he's just very consistent in the fact that, he's knocking those cats out. So 4-game week is an easy stream.
Yeah.
What more is there to say about Radko Gudas at this point? I feel like he's
I don't know.
one of the names that should not be available in banger leagues.
Yeah.
So if you're playing in a banger league that he's still available in, listen, this is the week that you finally got to do it.
Yeah. But it's not the most interesting because I feel like he should be just owned in every banger league, and he's a pretty household name in banger leagues. So let's go to the next one.
Number 3.
At number 3, here comes the Boone Jenner of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Thank you. This is stuff that goes in my head whenever I see certain players' names. I have these like like songs or whatever. It's
when
just
you call
it's
me Boone Jenner.
Exactly. So yeah, we got Boone Jenner of Columbus Blue Jackets. He's averaging 2.3 shots, 2.2 hits, 1.1 blocks. He gets you faceoff wins from the winger position, and he's been chipping in points. Like, the one thing that he's not doing as much as previous years is face-off wins, but everything else, he's the Boone of old. He's always been a kind of a go-to guy in bangers leagues that count face-off wins. But he's just, you're not getting these shots, hits, and blocks from the forward position from most players. So he's kind of special in that way.
Yeah, I hate this guy, and here's why.
It's fair.
So here comes the Boone. First of all, I love it. And we got a question on our most recent mailbag episode, Hot Topics and Mailbag episode. And it was about what are your team names? And, we were talking about how it's always great to have a pun for your team name. So last year, I picked him in the 10th round. I was so excited. He's like one of those guys I've always wanted to own on my team in our league. And I was about to like literally change my name, like my team name, to Here Comes the Boone, and then he got injured for the season, like for at least like 6 months of it or whatever, and then he got claimed by the guy who ended up winning the league, stashed on IR, and I was like plagued with injuries. I just couldn't hold him. So yeah.
Yeah,
but good pickup.
I don't blame
but
you.
Still,
no, I don't blame you. That's the kind of stuff that's unforgivable in fantasy hockey. You never forget that.
Ruined my team name, out for the year, waste of a pick, like just everything bad. But yes, he's great. But I'm mad about it.
But he's still great though.
Yeah, and I was looking at his stats this season, and like he's point producing more than he was in previous years, which I feel like is counterintuitive because he's older. They have better guys on their roster now, so he's lower in the lineup. But yet he's still producing, and he's that Boone of old. So
for now, at least he's a good stream, and we'll see. I wouldn't expect the points necessarily to keep up, but the bangs are there.
Yeah, the bangs are there for sure.
Okay,
and
let's go
the blocks
to.
are awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 2.
All right, this is my boy from back in the day. He's back and he's banging. He's actually just smashing bodies left and right. So we've got Jeremy Lauzon of the Vegas Golden Knights. He is averaging 3.5 hits, 1.6 blocks, and over a penalty minute, 4-game week. And if you look at his game log, you know why you should be picking him up for this week if you need the bangs. He's just been absolutely tearing it up. It's not too long ago, I think it was 3 seasons ago, that he beat the record, like the season record for most hits in a season. Obviously, he had a lot of injury this year, but he's back now and seems to be doing well and not having any issues. So I love Lauzon as a long-term pickup.
Yeah, and like these season stats are really nice, but if you look at the last 2 weeks, Because he was injured for a bit, and he's been back for the past few games, and basically he has 4.14 hits per game, 2 blocks per game. Crazy.
It's nuts.
Like that's
Yeah.
absolutely elite. So it's even better than his season averages.
If you had to have one on your roster for long term, would you rather have Lauzon or Gudis?
That's a great question. I was like just thinking that. That's really tough. Gudis has like more proven track record of being like the durability and the stability, and Lauzon has that injury risk. But Lauzon, when he's playing like he's playing now, is just better. So I think I'm taking Lauzon over Gudis. He also has one extra game in the playoffs than Gudis does. Although Gudis has a lot of off nights, so you can go either way. But I think I'm going Lauzon.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean it's so close. You're splitting feathers, as we like to say. But I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Gudis just because it's like he just kind of has these games where it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna win my fantasy owner of the
Radko
week.
smash.
Does that? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's it. But I mean, it's so close. Like you can't
I
go
also
wrong with
feel
either.
like the other thing that's in the back of my mind is that Gudis is the captain for Anaheim, like it or not. So his like place in the lineup is quote unquote safe, whereas Lauzon is a bottom pair defenseman.
That's true.
So there's always a chance that, come something happens, like he can play 13 minutes a night, or he could get scratched realistically. Like, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not going to project that into the fantasy playoffs either. But it's in the back of my mind that like tiebreaker, like both these guys are like similar enough that maybe Lauzon has a better weekly performance in him than Gudis, but he has also the risk of getting out of the lineup. So
Yeah,
Yep.
no, you know what? I think I didn't want to be biased because I have Gudis on my team, so I went Lauzon. But no, you're right. I'd go Gudis as well. Also, like I feel like if you put into like ChatGPT, like name the most banger defenseman name you could think of, it would pop out Radko Gudis. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like
it would.
it's just like Radko.
We've tried this
Gudis.
actually. That's actually how his parents named him. They asked ChatGPT and they were like, "What can we name our son? We want him to be a banger fantasy hockey player."
So yeah, if any new parents out there need to name their kids and want a banger, just go to ChatGPT and see what pops out. I'm sure it'll be Radko Gudis. All right, I'm excited about this one. So let's go to
Number one.
Number one. I feel like it's kind of crazy that we haven't mentioned him. I feel like at all with what he's been doing. I was like, this guy has to be talked about, and he should be number one. We've got Alex Laferriere, the better laugh of the LA Kings. He is averaging on the season 2.4 shots, 2.8 hits. He's got 4 games this week, 4 games next week. It's just the shot hits that he's been doing are absolutely absurd. He is pretty low rostered still. I think he's still in the teens of percentages.
17%.
Yeah, that's insane to me with what he's been doing. Like this could be the type of name that like people just haven't noticed it, flies under the radar. But if you're in a league that counts shots and hits, you need to pick this guy up. This is like, it's crazy what he's been doing. Like, have you guys checked out his game log recently?
I am playing against him this week. I'm playing against him this week. And if you look at Laferriere, over the last 2 weeks, he's averaging 4 shots and 3.3 hits.
That's insane.
So yeah, that's disgusting. You would hope with the deployment that he has, you would hope that the points could be higher, but he's averaging like half a point per game. So that's like 1 point every 2 games, which is not anything to write home about. And the power play exposure is like not really there because it's LA and they have one of the worst power plays. But the banks are just so elite that like on that night where he gets you 3 shots, 3 hits, and a goal or an assist, you're like, this guy is insane.
He had a game in the last 2 weeks where he had like 9 shots and 4 hits.
Yes, exactly. And 2 power play minutes.
Yeah, I think I figured out what happened in 2020. They drafted
Freaky Friday situation.
They drafted the wrong Alex Laff first overall.
I mean, Lafreniere just got a 3-point night against me also this week. So if we're all talking about the laughs being bad and whatever, they're all turning up against me. So
you know what that guy should change? The guy you're playing, he should change his team name to Just for Laughs.
Oh, that's actually a sick name.
He has both laughs on his team. Like,
I mean, listen, if he's listening and he gets inspiration, like I
might message him.
Dude, you know you should change your team name, dude. Just for laughs. That's actually sick. I want both of them on my roster now just to be able to do that.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you have Lafreniere for some reason and you pick up Lafreniere for a good reason, then there's a team name for you. But let's go into the let's go into the goalies section. But that was a really good list of bangers. I think I would be happy to have all 5 of those guys on my team. So let's go to quantity goalies. These guys who should get you 2+ starts, under 40% owned as always. We will start with
Number 3.
At number 3, we have Alex Nedeljkovic of the San Jose Sharks. You might be wondering, why are we recommending a backup for 2 starts? The reason is that they have 2 back-to-backs this coming week. So he gets 2 guaranteed starts. They're playing, one of the back-to-backs is Columbus, LA. Very happy with both those matchups. The other one's Dallas, Vegas. Less happy about both those matchups. But fact is, the Sharks have been buzzing. They're on a 3-game win streak. They're close to a playoff spot, as Jakey predicted. And and no, even Jakey didn't put them this high. Actually, I think he had them like 6th. Then we were like, "You're crazy." But yeah, no, they're doing really well right now. So I think this is a solid if you need the quantity. And they let a lot of shots against, so you should get a lot of saves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely worried about that second game. I think like San Jose is always susceptible to getting lit up in matchups like that. I almost rather he play Vegas than Dallas because I feel like Vegas is less intimidating than Dallas. So I feel like the odds are he will play that game. And also, like the week after, San Jose also has a 2-game week. Like it's they're one of 2 teams that have a 2-game week, and that 2-game week is also back to back. So it's like this in week 14 they have 4 games, a back-to-back and a back-to-back, and then the week after they have a back-to-back. So it's just like the team is only playing back-to-backs at this point.
Well, it's like Seattle's in a similar spot. Actually, they've been playing nonstop back-to-backs.
Yeah, it's. I wonder if what are the pros and cons of that situation? Like, are the players like less well rested, so they perform worse, or is it like they have the momentum and if they played well the next game, like they have a chance to do even better? I wonder.
Yeah, I generally assume that like a team coming off a back-to-back, if they're playing against a team that's not, that they're disadvantaged because they're more tired. But we've definitely seen it.
I don't think it's always the case, though.
No, that's it. We've seen it go both ways. It's kind of like a similar discussion with like the playoffs, right? It's like, oh, like, are you more happy if you swept your opponent and then you've been chilling for a week while your next opponent goes to 7, or would you rather be the team that went to 7 and now you're fresh and going in? So like, definitely both arguments can be made. But either way, Nedeljkovic will get you guaranteed 2 starts this week.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to
number 2.
Now, I wouldn't recommend to spend $7 fab on this guy, but he should get you multiple starts for this coming week. And that is Levi Merilainen of the Ottawa Senators. They play Detroit, then a back-to-back of Utah, Colorado, and then Florida. So it's not particularly easy matchups, but he's the volume starter as long as Big Squishy Linus is on a leave of absence. So he'll get you the quantity for sure.
Yeah, this is a pretty brutal week, though. Like this, I think that they're probably gonna only win one of these games, but
I don't know. I think Ottawa could win all 4 of these games. They could also lose all 4 of these games.
There's just one of those situations.
The Colorado is just like a wagon.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Colorado only has 2 regulation losses this year.
Okay, I would be shocked if it happens. But they could win all 3 of the other games.
No, for sure. But the thing is that, like, quality-wise, to Jakey's point, is like if they win, it'll probably be like 5-4 or something like that. So, you know, the quality might not be the best, but he should get you wins. He should get you a ton of saves, and he's just the starter until Linus is out. So we still like Ottawa as a team, and so he's a solid pickup for that reason.
Yeah, and don't forget, guys, we're talking about goalies that are less than 40% rostered, which I don't want to say there's not a lot of options, but obviously the main guys that are worthy of being picked up are not being considered on this list because they're higher than 40%. So Merilainen is like one of the only starters that is currently, you know, the 1A with nobody behind him in his situation for an Ottawa team that is winning more than they're losing currently. So listen, we'll see if that keeps up. We talked about this on a recent episode as well, but like I'm not expecting the best quality. He's probably going to hover around a 900 or slightly below and maybe win like 50% of his games.
Yeah.
Yeah, which isn't bad. Like,
yeah, and if you can stream that on a week that you need the goalie starts, that's really good.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to
number 1.
At number 1, we have the current starting goalie for the hottest team in the NHL on a 10-game win streak. As everyone predicted, we've got Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen of the Buffalo
Nice.
Sabres, who is playing against Vancouver, Rangers, and Anaheim. These are all great matchups. I'm not scared of any of these three teams. And Buffalo has been an absolute wagon lately. UPL has over 50% win percentage this year. He has a .903 save percentage, under 3 goals against average. He's been killing it. The only thing to worry about is if Alex Lyon gets healthy, because then he's going to have to split the starts with him again. But until Lyon's back, UPL is the main starter for a team that's on a 10-game win streak. So this is a great pickup for the week.
Yeah, this
Buffalo is what? Like
fantastic.
their win streak as of this moment is what, 11?
I thought it was 10, but maybe it's 11.
I think we all thought Dallas was gonna ruin their win streak, and then they beat Dallas. So
Yeah.
listen, this Buffalo team is maybe becoming something special. I don't know, but like I would love to see the Buffalo Sabres make the playoffs. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know, because they're just a franchise that I feel like does everything wrong all the time.
I feel like everyone roots for them because they're so bad.
It's like everybody wants them to be good because they're like an underdog story, but like nobody liked the GM, and the GM is now gone. So maybe we have a better time rooting for them now.
I think the main issue for them is the owner, not the GM. I mean, I think it went hand in hand. I think that the GM was kind of a yes man to the owner, and the owner's one of those guys who gets too involved. I mean, I'm not going to say that. I feel like people in Buffalo are kind of hoping that a similar thing happens that happened in Ottawa.
Okay, you cannot say that.
I'm not saying I'm hoping that. I'm saying the Buffalo fans may be hoping that. Like, if I had to pick, like, the two worst ownerships in the league right now, it's got to be Buffalo and Vancouver. So I think that that's a big issue for them. But ownership finally hired a new GM. It seems like he might not be a yes man for them. He might be allowed to make his own decisions. So, and they're on a 10-game/11-game win streak. So it's pretty exciting time to be Buffalo. I mean, I just picked up Josh Doan for 2 fab because even though he hasn't necessarily been that hot lately, I still believe in him as a player with that line on power play on deployment, and just what Buffalo's been doing has been way too good. So I'm interested to see how long they can keep this up.
Yeah, he's fantastic to own while Lyon's out 100%. And I mean, the last update I saw is that Lyon was like I think a little bit more than day to day, but not necessarily like anything long term. So I mean, Lyon won basically all of his games before getting hurt.
Yeah.
So it's tough, right? Like, but so is UPL. It's just that Lyon got the quote unintended lion's share of the starts. Yeah, I look, honestly, look, the last 3 games, 963, 955, and 966 save percentage for UPL. Ridiculous. That's nuts. He's let in only 1 goal in those 3 games, like each game. But still, it's fantastic, and it's a great week to pick him up.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to our top 3 quality goalies. These are ones who should get you one good matchup. Again, under 40% owned. Let's start with
number 3.
At number 3, we have Casey DeSmith of the Dallas Stars. Now, he doesn't have the easiest matchup. He's playing Carolina and Washington, and I know that his last game or two have actually not been that great. It's just hard not to want to recommend a Dallas start, even if they've been on a bit of a slow streak. They're still probably the second best team in the league after Colorado. And DeSmith, other than his most recent stretch, has been really solid over the season. He has 60% win percentage, under 3 goals against average, and a save percentage of .912 on the season. It's hard not to recommend a guy like that when he's going to get you a start.
When you want a spot start like this, you want to stream it on a team that's going to win the game. And I think Dallas is, like you said, only second to Colorado in terms of like how confident I would be putting my life in their hands to win a game, So we're moving on from the house now. Gun to my head. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no,
how does Kevin find himself in these fantasy hockey situations? It's always do or die.
All right. Wow.
Okay. Let's go to
number 2.
At number 2, we've got the man whose hips don't lie, Akira Schmid of the Vegas Golden Knights. They are playing St. Louis and San Jose. St. Louis, I am so not scared of. San Jose can have offense because of Macklin, but it's still San Jose. It's still Vegas. You're hoping for the St. Louis start, but you're happy with either one. He has a 55% win percentage on the season, and he'll be pretty solid, close to 900 save percentage as well.
Let me ask you though.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to ask both of you. Do you think, because we talked about in previous episodes, the process with goalies, you're always trying to, pick up for your matchup, but also in the back of your mind, you always want to have like the longevity of it too.
I know you're gonna
Like we
say
saw
this.
Carter Hart be awful now. Is it in the back of your mind that maybe Schmid kind of like pulls away with getting more of the 1A starts? Is that like in the realm of possibilities?
I think so.
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like Akira's hips have sadly been lying also as of late. So he's like, look, last game he let in 4 goals on 19 shots to lose to Nashville. That's pretty bad. Not to say
Yeah.
that Hart was any better in his most recent starts, but
Hart was like, hold my beer.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like they're honestly just both bad. That's the truth, and I think they're more inclined to try to make it work with Hart. So I don't think that's a concern yet for Hart owners. Nevertheless, I don't think it's impossible if it's like 2 more weeks of horrendous performances, but like I think he's got a 2-week runway to be still the 1A there, Carter Hart.
Yeah, I think there's some situations where you're like, this is literally impossible. He's never gonna unseat the other guy. And there's some situations where it's like, it's unlikely, but it could happen. So I'd categorize this as it's unlikely, but it could happen. So that's
Yeah.
kind of like that slight upside you're always looking for. But I agree with
Mhm.
Jakey. I think they want to make it work with Hart. So unless he just keeps letting in like 4 goals on 9 shots in every game, then Akira's gonna be the backup.
Yep.
I think it's just completely performance based. I think I don't think they have
Yeah.
any allegiance to Carter Hart specifically. So if Schmid is sincerely outplaying him, I think they'll just roll with it. Like Vegas is just ruthless like that. They don't have allegiances to anybody.
No, so I'm with you there. It's just that they've both been bad. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like it's like Schmid has to actually perform like well, and
Yes.
he hasn't been. So it's like if they're both bad, they're gonna prefer Hart until like
Mhm.
they're like, okay, we can't keep doing this. Let's give Schmid the chance. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, maybe this next situation is in the same boat because we're going to talk about number one.
At number
Nice.
1, we have Philip Grubauer of the Seattle Kraken. I never thought I would be recommending Philip Grubauer in the year of our Lord 2026. Happy New Year, everyone. But this is it's crazy what he's been doing. First of all, the matchup is Calgary and Boston, so he's going to get one of those. I'm happy with both those matchups. Seattle's been chugging along. Grubauer's been sick in the past 2-3 weeks. I don't think he has a single bad
Yeah.
game. They've all been unreal. He's let in like 1 or 2 goals max. He's got 54 win percentage on the season, 0.919 save percentage, 2.32 goals against average. He's just been on fire. And as you know, I'm a Decord owner, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be, excited that Grubauer is doing this well. But luckily, Decord's also doing really well. I think Seattle's just doing well. It's their goalies are definitely helping them by playing amazing, but Seattle just seems to be on a roll right now. So you definitely want to pick up a goalie of a team who's rolling like this, especially with the performances he's putting up and with the matchups he's going up against.
I mean, Seattle has won 5 of their last 6 games. Grubauer's last 3 games, he has like a 960, a 976, and a 960 something.
Yeah.
So they're winning. But if you look at who they were playing, they played Anaheim, Nashville, and Philly. So it's not like it's like the highest competition either. And then Decord played Vancouver, and LA. So it's not like I think they're in an easy run of matchups right now, and those are all on back to backs too. So that's why they're kind of splitting the 1-1. So now
Yeah.
we're entering a point in time where like we're going to see if there's a split happening here or if it's just the back to backs. But if the quality is like this, then both are going to be viable goalies for fantasy hockey. You just have to tamper your expectation in terms of like how many starts you're getting from each one. But I mean, right now, I feel like there's no better team to stream from until the results start dying down.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the
For sure.
quality, it's on a Monday, Tuesday, Calgary and Boston. Like that's a really good start to the week. But then they play
Mhm.
Minnesota and Carolina, so that's a test. Like that's really when we could see, okay, can this team actually keep it up versus legit teams? Because
And who are they putting in those matchups?
Yeah,
yeah,
that'll be interesting to see.
exactly. I would lean Decord is going to get both,
Mhm.
but hey, if Grubauer does get one, especially because they have 12 games over the next 3 weeks, it could be. It's not impossible that I'll actually get 2 games next week, and I
I
like
could
that.
see them splitting because it's been working for both
Yeah.
of them. Both goalies are playing at their optimal level.
Yeah,
So maybe they just keep it going.
I also like
yeah, that'd be
Decord
good to
has
see.
had some injury trouble this year when they played him like 7 games straight. So I think they're a bit wary of overplaying him. He's still clearly the starter, but I think it's less performance based if he gets less starts and more like wanting to make sure he doesn't get injured again. So
Yep.
I think that if I still would be surprised if they're going 1-1, like 50-50 rest of the season. Obviously, this one stretch of a lot of back-to-backs, it looks like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if they go like 2-1 for a while until, I mean, I don't think Grubauer is going to stay this good. So, but for now, he's a great stream, but I don't think long term he's going to stay this good. But for now, I think it's going to be more of a split.
Yep. All right. That wraps up our Week 14 waivers episode. Thank you to everybody for listening. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and give this video a like. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And be sure to join the Discord community. We love it there. You're going to love it there. Everybody loves it there. And I'm wearing my Harry Potter shirt, if you can't see.
Let's go.
You'll see it on YouTube. So when I say take it away, Ernie, I really wanted to pack a punch. So just saying. You could do it in the old school Josh voice if you want. I totally get it, but it's however you decide. All right, take it away, Ern.
Pow, Baker Management Fantasy Hockey Podcast. Woo!
Wow, wow, wow.
Whoa.
So much just happened.
How did you do that?
The new throat goat.
I can hit all the notes.
Yeah, seriously.